I almost shed a tear.
I thought you said I almost shat.
I almost shed a tear. And on that note, welcome to What Pissed You Off This Week!
Then take it from the top.
Podcast. Welcome to What Pissed You Off This Week.
I'm your host, Lele. Jeg kan snakke norsk, jeg bare nekter Raukola. And I'm joined here today by Torgeir, 10% water, 10% soft, 80% burp, Ryssevik. Say hello, Torgeir.
Hello.
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 Today we have a very cool guest.
We do.
On the podcast. So we are going to keep this intro fairly brief. So Torgeir, let's do this slightly differently. Let's spice things up a little bit.
Spice it?
Yes. Our guest is Håkon Røssum. He is the head of event for Nordic Eurovision Party, which is going to be taking place in Oslo in March. I'm going to be there.
I might be there.
You might be there? I'm
pretty sure I'm going to be there.
Are you going to be there? You better. We have a very cool interview coming up with him.
Yeah.
And in honor of this special episode, instead of telling me what pissed you off today, would you tell me something about your experience last year?
Yes.
At Nordic Eurovision celebration as it was then? Because you did the backing tracks.
Yes. So I was queuing the backing tracks for all the artists at the event, at the Nordic Music Celebration last year. So this is not something that pissed me off per se. It's more something that stressed me out quite a bit. Because there was one artist, I don't know, should I name names?
We can bleep it.
But yeah, one of the artists had, I think, 3 songs that she was gonna do. And during her rehearsals, she figured that second song, I'm not gonna sing that. We can take it out of the show. And I asked to confirm, like, you're not playing that song at all. I can take it out of the whole thing. Because if it's not there in my list, it makes it a lot easier for me. Because then I can just go down consecutively. And then I'm like, okay, take the song out. I have my set list prepared. And don't you think, a couple hours later, when she's on stage doing the show, she starts introducing song number 2. Every fucking head backstage was pointing at me. I'm just like, fuck. And I have the fucking player thing in full screen, and I have to try and go and find her and try and just find the thing. While she's introducing the song, it's probably maybe 5-8 seconds maybe that I have to locate this file. And I'm like... And I cue it, and the inner guy's like, "What?" So yeah, that was pretty.
So did they actually fully think you weren't gonna make it?
They were prepared for like, yeah. So now I'm gonna play this song. Where's the song? That was probably what everyone backstage was prepared for.
And nobody noticed that thing.
No one in the audience would have ever noticed it.
Show business.
Showbiz.
Like, this is the kind of stuff you would never know in the audience. And people are probably like shitting their pants actively, constantly backstage.
Yeah, any live event.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, do you have a story from Nordic Music Celebration?
I was doing the after movie.
Yeah.
I had 4 other cameramen with me, and I was one of the people like in front of the barricade.
Yeah.
Taking pictures and videos of the artists. I was super nervous to basically be filming because I had never done anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like I have a mentality of when someone asks me, can you do this? I just say yes and then hope that I can actually do it. Give me a day and a half and a YouTube tutorial and I'll probably be able to figure it out.
Most things can be done in a day and a half with a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah. I was very nervous, like, oh my God, are we going to do a good job? But we actually did do a very good job. I was very, very proud of our camera crew. And like, this was one of the first events that I've been at as like part of the crew.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, as someone with like full backstage access, for example. This is going to sound so dumb. I felt so fucking cool every time I walked backstage. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I'm backstage. I'm with a cool crew.
But honestly, I prefer working events.
Yeah.
Because you get to see a lot more of it. And like,
you get free beer.
You get free beer. It's a completely different experience when you're working somewhere.
Yeah. It is. I've completely stopped going to music festivals and shit after I've like started playing at a couple of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so much more chill. You get your own place, you can stay and drink and all of that. Yeah, you pull up and play for a little bit. That's your job. And then you go back and just chill and have a good time.
Yeah.
And all the drinks are free. The food is free. You are very well taken care of in most places.
And, like, and you meet a lot of really cool people. Like artists and their teams also are usually really fucking cool people.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fucking blast to talk to fellow music people.
Now, Torgeir, we are nearing the Eurovision season, which is very exciting.
It is.
And today we have a very special guest. We have the pleasure of having the head of event for the Nordic Eurovision Party, the official pre-party for the Nordic region, Håkon Røssum. Welcome, Håkon.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So glad that you are having me.
Yeah.
It is an absolute pleasure. The preparations for the event are in full swing. How is it going now in Oslo?
It's in full swing for sure. So like today doesn't have enough hours, I will just say it like that. But in the end, everything will turn out perfectly well on the day itself.
Hell yeah.
Yes. This year the event is in Oslo Spektrum, isn't that correct?
Centrum Scene is like
Centrum Scene.
Centrum
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah.
It's a venue between sides of Rockefeller and Oslo Spektrum. But hopefully in some years we will be able to fill Oslo Spektrum. Let's see.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
That
is also the same venue as the MGP.
Yeah.
So that would be sick.
Very, very exciting. Now, Håkon, to viewers who have never heard of this event, who weren't there last year, for example, could you tell us a little bit, what is Nordic Eurovision Party?
Nordic Eurovision Party is like a pre-event before the Eurovision Song Contest every year, when all the countries get to decide which acts they're going to send for Eurovision. They're going on a promo tour around Europe before the Eurovision itself, to make themselves known and to showcase their act, connect with the fans and the media, the press, and the different regions around Europe. So yeah, and we are one of the very few pre-parties this year. We have one in Madrid, in Amsterdam, in London, and then we have in Oslo. So we are very proud to be one of the biggest this year.
And for good reason. That is very exciting.
Absolutely. And our first year was in 2024. It was under Nordic Music Celebration in Oslo. We had many good legends as well, like Alexander Rybak, Subwoolfer, Bobby Sox, the Herreys, like many great acts.
Yeah.
And it also was the Nordic Eurovision Party in Stockholm as well, that had 14 acts from last year's edition for 2024.
Oh.
So yeah, it's going to be great.
Could you tell us a little bit about this year's lineup? You were now just mentioning a lot of the great artists that you guys had last year. Who do we have to look forward to this year?
Well, we don't know the full lineup yet, since all the countries are still doing their decisions. But we are in talks with many of the delegations from many countries to come to Oslo, and we have a lot of positive feedback. But who already is ready? We have announced Kyle Alessandro, of course. It's the Norwegian winner.
Our good friend, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle Alessandro, he's coming with Lighter on stage, yeah?
Yeah, Torgeir actually worked with Kyle. You've worked with him since he was, 12?
Yeah, 12 years old, yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I did the Geronimo with him and Christian Hooks and Magnus Vinum 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, Umami Tsunami.
So yeah, Umami Tsunami. So that was really fun. And it's so super cool to just see Kyle coming back and winning the whole thing. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually booked him before he won the Norwegian MGP because he was there last year. Yeah, he was there last year, and he really loves the Eurovision community, and he also loved to be part of the event. So like when he first heard that we're going to do another year, he was like, I want to perform. And I was like, okay. So how can we say no to that? He's an amazing artist and really, really loves this. And we are so grateful that he's coming to perform his song before he's heading to Basel. So hopefully a lot of crowd will come to cheer him up before his journey and root for him. But we have many more in the lineup as well.
Could you tell what other artists do you have in the lineup?
So from this year's Eurovision, we have Albania with Shkodra Elektronika. It's a really amazing song. So if you haven't checked out Shkodra Elektronika with Scherm, you need to do it. It's a duo with folk electronica. Yeah, really cool. You get like the Frozen vibe from Madonna and the Aurora presence on the stage with the funny like memes that she's doing. It's amazing. And then we have Emmy.
Emmy!
And we all love Emmy. So
yes,
most people know her from MGP 21, I think it was, with the Witchwoods. And that was actually written on the woods as well as I...
It was. It was written in Studio 7, just across the hall.
Right. That's
and Like a Party was also written here.
Yeah, Like a Party. Wasn't that written over at the school or was it written in this building?
Yes, that was written over at the school on Rena Songfest.
Hell yeah.
So the thing was that she was writing it there and NRK had access, but it was like, I think 400 songs or something to choose from. And they didn't pick up the song. And then it was an Irish songwriter there as well in Rena. And they just sent the song into the national final in Ireland called Eurosong. She was picked out to the final. She did well and all the Irish people fell in love with her. And now she won the jury and the people. So she's going to Eurovision for Ireland.
I thought that was very exciting that she won both the televote and the jury vote. The Irish people really wanted her to Eurovision, and I'm really, really stoked about that.
But again, before she's going with like a party to Switzerland, she's also going to stop in Oslo to get the blessings from the Nordic audience. It's amazing.
Oh, and what a party it's going to be.
Like a party.
I'm really looking forward to the event.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing like a party with a full stage show, though.
Yes.
Because the Irish, they don't put the same gravitas as we do in Norway to the pre-selection thing.
They have a very small studio.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just see that, how it's supposed to look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've already got from Emmy that she's going to bring her 2 dancers. She's going to bring her brother on the keyboard. And
hell yeah.
Lovely.
And a little surprise for you all is that we are actually bringing, like MGP normally didn't have before, but we are bringing, and we are crazy, LED screen on the stage.
Hell yeah.
So actually this performance will be a great performance with Emmy. And it's going to be actually also the first full pre-party in this season. So all Europe's Eye is going to be on that performance that she's going to bring. So
that is very, very exciting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now I know that we like all the artists, and we're looking forward to them. But do you have like a personal favorite who you're most looking forward to seeing, or is your opinion a secret?
Well, one of my favorites, I think, is going to be Elena Zagarino with El Diablo. I think that's going to be magnificent.
That is going to be a very, very fire show.
I'm actually working on a song with one of the writers from that song.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The Rayleigh one.
That is very exciting.
Hell yeah.
Now, would you like to tell us a little bit, how did the idea of first Nordic Music Celebration last year and now Nordic Eurovision Party this year, where did that idea come from? Because there hasn't been like an official pre-party before, has there?
The idea started in around MGP 2023. I also I'm a head of Pride ERD, like Employee Resource Group for diversity and inclusion in the bank I'm working.
Oh.
And then we're going to have like a big after work for the headquarter. And since I'm so into Eurovision, and I just decided to invite some Eurovision or MGP acts actually during the MGP to perform. And then we did a show. After that show, first, one of the songwriters from Sindre Timberlid Jensen. Yeah, you should know him.
Oh.
Yeah, he is also our very good friend,
Yeah, we kind of got in talk, and he's like, he really likes this idea, like having a pre-show, you know? And then we start talking about bigger, maybe like with Eurovision acts and not only MGP acts, maybe they can like make it something like bigger thing out of this, because this was a really good show that we produced. And that show was actually just produced in 3 days, so it was crazy.
Oh,
and I got the stage, and I got technicians, and I got artists, and everybody loved it and wanted to go to it. So it was like so fun. I think we had like 7-8 acts like in some days, and yeah, it
that's
was a
incredible.
Success. And then I was introduced to Carl-Henrik Wahl in Trondheim during the MGP final, and he also
we know that guy.
We know that guy. We've met.
Right. So yeah, it's a long story, but he also expressed the interest of having like international acts coming from the same year to Oslo and make Oslo like a metropolitan for Eurovision. Anyway, to sum it up, after the MGP, I got a call from Charlotte Sandel, and that was the manager for Ket Gulbrandsen. And in the car down from Trondheim, Ket Gulbrandsen and I were talking like, why don't we do like an MGP festival? It's like MGP is so much happening and everybody loves it, but we don't have anything after. So they were thinking like a day festival for MGP artists. And then I was like, but yeah, we've been talking about making like a bigger pre-party, and she didn't know what was a pre-party or anything. And then we like start in February, actually, right after MGP 2023, we started. drafting plans for this event. And 1 year later, we did it in April in 2024. And now we're going again the 22nd of March, 2025.
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
It is.
I also admire your like commitment to be like, yes, we are doing this. That is so cool. I wouldn't even know where to like start. If I was like, you know what? I want to have a big ass party in Oslo. How do I go about this?
I can say that it was maybe much bigger than many would think in the start, like how many details you need to take care about. But we have a great team and many volunteers that wants to help and really have the heart in this. And I think that is very important, that you have the inner motivation to do this and believe in something. And I always live by the motto, like, it's better to regret to have done something than have not done something.
That
Hell
is
yeah.
a very good outlook on life to have, to rather regret doing things than regret not having tried. Because like the event last year was a great success. I was filming, like I said, the after movie, and I was thought like, I'm gonna go have a look at the queue, like how long is it? And it went around the entire building and into like the plaza next to the building. It was like at least 700 meters of just people queuing up.
Yeah.
I was so hyped. I was like, this is so cool.
And the audience was electric. Never seen anything like it. The Eurovision audience are outstanding. It's something by itself. And the community and the love. And it's a place where everybody can meet and celebrate this.
I feel like Eurovision fans are a very lively audience. People are actually so hyped to be there. And you could tell. Everywhere you looked, like you just saw people having a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think that is like the responsibility I feel after the first year. The fans are loving it. The artists are loving it. Everyone involved with it is loving it. So we just have to do it again.
Absolutely. Now, we've mentioned that the venue has changed. What else has changed since last year?
Yeah, so since we are in a new venue, we have actually realized that, of course, it's a great party for everyone. And when we mean everyone, is also for those who are actually not filled 18, because last year we got a lot of complaints about like, why is an 18 plus event? We actually have to see like the audience for MGP, for Eurovision, is also families and teenagers that really love this TV show and the music. So the Centrum Scene gives us a possibility to actually open up for free age there. So we have like the gallery, we have access for every age. So everyone can come. So
that is very lovely.
So there's a grown-up party downstairs and an everyone party upstairs.
Yes.
So, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be bigger. And as I said, we're gonna have a LED wall this year.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
And we're gonna have more acts from this year's Eurovision, since we are the first pre-show. It's gonna be much of the same, but also a little bit different, since we are aiming a lot with the 2025 acts.
And also, like, these pre-parties, not only do they give the artists really cool chance to like show the people what they are like, but this is also giving fan media like an opportunity to interview those said artists and like really get to know those artists. Could you tell us a little bit about the press event that is happening the day before the show, right?
Yeah, last year we had it on the same day as the show, but now it's going to be a little bigger, since we have more delegations coming, especially from this year, and they are bringing head of press, they are bringing like social media workers, maybe a TV crew from the national TV station. So it's going to be many people. We're going to have it on the hub this year. That's the plan now. And then it's going to be a carpet ceremony on Friday evening. The initial timing is like 7 p.m.
Yes, not 7 in the morning.
Not 7 in the morning. So it's going to be a carpet ceremony where the celebrities and artists are coming in, and the press can do film or photos with the press wall. And after it's possible to do separate interviews with each artist who is there, for the traditional media and for the fan media. And after that, if you're a fan media, you can apply for accreditation. I think it's open until the 11th of March. So you can actually have access to do the interviews. So it's important. You can go into NordicEurovision.com. I believe it's the address. And there you go.
All right. We can put the link in the description of this episode.
And also right
here. Yes, the link will be shown here on the screen.
Yeah. And after that, we're actually going to have a mingle party from 9 o'clock in 9 p.m. in the evening until around 2 o'clock, 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to be possible to mingle with some special guests, and maybe we'll have some surprises there. So all the fans can meet the day before. It was a really lovely event last year. Then we had actually Tix and Effendi, who actually had like a thing going on.
Yes.
Hello.
We remember the Effentix.
Yeah.
Effentix,
That was so funny too.
So they finally got to
I
meet
was so
in Norway.
invested in that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, because wasn't Effendi? She was supposed to come to MGP in 2022 when Tix did his like previous year's winner show, but there was an issue with her visa, right?
Yeah, I think it was because of the pandemic or the visa or something that she couldn't enter. And now finally last year she could enter to our concert.
But then Tix wasn't available on that day.
Yeah.
He wasn't available on Saturday, but he came on Friday to this mingle party. So we never know what's going to happen on the mingle party.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Be there or be square.
Maybe I'll have to bring an extra pair of sunglasses.
Yes, a funny story. What year's MGP was it?
That was 22, the one we were just talking about.
Yeah, 22. Tix bought his sunglasses.
Yeah?
Because
me and Tix wear the same type of sunglasses, and I was just getting dressed outside his dressing room, and he comes out and he's like, cool sunglasses, can I try them? Cool, can I buy them? So yeah, that was fun.
Nice.
I had to get new sunglasses the next day.
I meant to ask also, when can we buy tickets for this event? Is the ticket sale open already, or is it going to open later on?
Yeah, ticket sales are open. You can just go to Ticketmaster Norway and search for Nordic Eurovision Party, and you will find tickets for the main show and the after party.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. All right. Then I would like to ask you just kind of not necessarily about the event, but in general, since I feel like everyone who works with Eurovision means something to them. For most, it's something that they've watched since they were a child, since that competition has now been going on for a while. What does Eurovision mean to you?
I mean, I could say like it's everything, but that's very cliche to say. But for me, it's the unity that it brings together, like all the countries, the cultures, languages, the art of music and creativity, like all the songs has to be original. And that freshness of that is amazing. The talent that they need to sing and perform live, that is something to note. And also the honor, like if you win, you actually get the honor of hosting the next year in your own country. That's huge. So it's and also like it's about peace and putting together the different countries that maybe have disagreements, but through music and on that stage, everyone is welcome to be. And I think that's important. And also I think it's sad that politics is getting dragged into this the last year. I have to say that, because it's a stage that was put up there after the Second World War to put together, differences.
Let's hope that this year's Eurovision is less eventful in a bad sense, because there was a lot of drama last year.
Yeah, there was a lot.
A whole bunch of it. I would just like to have a nice little Eurovision season.
Yeah.
Although,
keep it calm,
as a Finnish person who is still bitter that Käärijä didn't win, it did make me so very happy that the shit show happened in Sweden, of all countries. I would have been so bummed if all of this had happened in Finland after our second ever win, but I feel like Sweden completely deserved this. So
they got what they deserved.
Exactly. As sad as I was that Käärijä didn't win, I was so happy that this happened in Sweden.
Yeah, I don't know if would be the same if it was put to Finland.
I don't know.
You don't know.
At least if Käärijä would have been able to choose the venue, it would have been held in my hometown of Tampere. Tampere. Hell yeah.
And you have an amazing national final now.
Oh, yes. The budget we have has gone up a lot in recent years.
Yeah.
I was so hyped.
Fucking insane.
And I'm very hyped for our entry this year.
Yeah.
I think Erika is gonna do a great job representing Finland.
Yeah. She's so fucking cool.
She is so fucking cool. I have like a very odd personal connection to her.
Yeah.
I can't say that she's a friend, but she is the best friend of my childhood writing teacher.
Really?
Which is such a like odd thing to have in common with someone. But yeah, her best best friend used to teach me how to write. And I have another connection to her, which is that her sister has made 2 songs with one of my best friend's ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully, Leeni, we can welcome her to Oslo again.
I was so
Very
afraid
soon.
to ask, but I was like secretly hoping, like, maybe.
I'm just saying maybe, but I cannot say anything.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
yeah, of course
God.
we hope that all the Nordics will attend, since this is a Nordic
Yeah.
event. So we're working on it. That's what I can say. But yeah, I have to say about Finland, I mean, how you've been doing the shows the last year, and after the Käärijä win, I call it the Käärijä win because he actually won.
It
It's
was
like-
the Käärijä win. He's the
Yeah.
people's princess.
He is. And I mean, I was in Liverpool when it happened.
Oh, you
and-
were?
Yeah, and in the press center and in the city, and all the city was electric. Everyone was rooting for Käärijä, even in the press center. Like people went nuts there when he was on stage. And when Loreen won, it was like the air went out of the balloon. Like the party was cancelled.
Really?
All the city went into depression, unfortunately. And
I mean, so did I. So did I.
of course, I love Loreen. Nothing against Loreen.
Yes, of course, she's
but-
a great artist, but like that win was Käärijä's win.
Käärijä.
He should have won.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like after that, you're ready to win. Yeah. You're
How
ready
did you
to
feel
win in
about
Finland.
our representative last year who was running without pants around the stage?
That was a corny, funny act. I wasn't like, I didn't have any belief that that's going to win or reach very far.
neither did
but it
anyone
was crazy. and we love the Finnish humor. And like, it's only Finland that can do something crazy like that. So I love that craziness. But this year, oh my God, Erika Wikman
She's amazing.
Yeah.
is amazing. And I feel like Finland is in it to win it. And you really
For
believe
sure.
that you will win it soon.
If Sweden goes and wins this year as well over Finland, I think I have to leave Europe. I think I need to move elsewhere.
Yeah.
Erika, she's amazing. She has to win.
If not Kyle.
It's not Kyle.
I would allow Kyle to win.
Yeah.
Or Emmy.
Kyle or Emmy.
Yes, I wouldn't leave Europe if Kyle or Emmy won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only if Sweden wins. Okay, noted.
But now to wrap up, could you tell us a little bit? Now we've talked about like this year's iconic acts and Käärijä, the people's princess of the modern Eurovision. What has been your like all-time favorite Eurovision act? Like if you had to pick the greatest performance ever.
I mean, it's so cliche to say that Loreen with Euphoria was like a big win for me. I was so happy when she won.
It was an
in-
incredible song.
Yeah, in 2012. So that's like that. But also Käärijä is that. I mean, the first time I was like, because I'm in the press, so when I was in Liverpool in the arena, and the first time he was gonna perform his song live on stage, first time I'm gonna see this. I have seen him in pre-parties, but when I
Yeah.
did see this in the Eurovision arena with that stage lighting and LED and everything, I was just blown away by that performance. Then I was convinced that this is it. The same year I was present close to the shooting of Pride in Oslo.
Oh, shit. I remember
so,
that.
Yeah, so you carry that with you, and that was in June 2022. Yeah, it was 25th of June 2022. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. I was going to Pride that year as well in
You were?
Oslo. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an emotional day and days after, and the Pride Parade was cancelled, and it was, but it brought the community more together. It made us stronger
Definitely.
and closer, I would say.
For sure.
But then the year passed, and you still remember what happened. And when you have been, I wasn't like present like that they were shooting at me, but I was like in the danger zone to be in that situation. So you really feel like your life is running through your mind. But how you feel fragile in a community like that, and I mean like how Eurovision is a platform where you feel loved and included in that. I think that's also important with Eurovision. It's for everyone, but also they are embracing queers and diversity, and I think that's beautiful. And then coming back to the Käärijä performance, in that because when I was seeing Käärijä before, I was like, okay, yeah, he's like a straight guy, just like to drink and party and don't care so much about maybe that kind of stuff. But then in the middle of the performance, every light changes to the rainbow colors And
Yes.
it was just,
Yeah.
I just
I
felt
love it.
so much love. And I started to cry during Käärijä's performance because I just felt the love he gave to the community and how he
Yeah.
embraced everything. So yeah, he gave it all. But I think that is my moment in Eurovision when Käärijä made me cry.
Yeah, and like obviously the song is in Finnish, and I happen to speak Finnish, seeing as it's my first language.
What?
But like when those rainbow lights come on, he's singing like nyt lähden tanssimaan niinku cha-cha-cha, enkä pelkääkään tätä maailmaa, which means like now I'm gonna go out and dance like cha-cha-cha, and I'm not gonna be afraid of this world. Kind of just
my
like
God.
to not be afraid of yourself.
Yeah.
Like it was
That
a
is
beautiful
hitting me.
performance.
That is hitting me. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It makes it even stronger. There's
Yeah.
actually a
It does,
strong
it does.
message behind it. And I think that's just amazing. But I also would say like this interesting, like you are working a lot with the songwriting and camps and I am now happy to be a manager for a new artist that I really believe in the talent, Jeanette Kromen. She's
Hell
from
Yes.
Milano.
Yeah.
And she's writing songs with you guys. And
Yeah.
Yes.
We did a song this weekend.
She just left an hour and a half ago
Yeah,
from
yeah, she
this
was
very
just here.
studio.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I just bounced, I think, the final version of the song we were doing this weekend a couple hours ago. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. And
Yeah.
she really wants to go to MGP and she really wants to go to the Eurovision. And when we're talking
Yes.
about like which language it's going to be, like that's a difficult call because like English, you have a bigger, audience with the lyrics. And in Norwegian or in Finnish or in Albanian, it can also work if the melody works and if you can express the feeling. So it just has to be the right song. So it's not like you don't have like the right recipe. You just have to feel which song it is. And I think this is maybe one of the most interesting journeys, like as I see like a manager for her, like she wants to go in and like see what language will we choose.
Yeah.
But you don't have to write in English to win.
But
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming onto the podcast, Håkon. Actually, wait, once more. What exactly were the dates for this event? When do people need to show up in Oslo?
So it's actually a full weekend, but you can also add like the 20th of March because Baby Lasagna is going to have a concert at John D on the Thursday, 20th of March. I know that many Croatians that's coming here are going to attend that and then attend the Nordic Eurovision Party actually. So it can be like a full long weekend. And then it's Friday 21st. We have the press and the mingle party, and 22nd Saturday of March is going to be the concert and after party.
Very
After party.
exciting.
After party,
After
after party,
party.
after party.
Now, would you like to plug your Instagram? Where can people find you? And where can people find the event on social medias?
So my Instagram is Alex_Røssum, and the event itself, it's Nordic Eurovision. You can search for it. You'll find it. Nordic
Hell yeah.
Eurovision
Amazing.
Party. Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy to be here and just talk Eurovision.
Yes. I'm so excited and so ready for this season. Are you?
I am very ready. I just have to survive this concert first because it's a lot of responsibility.
I can imagine.
I hope everyone will come and enjoy, and then we can go to Eurovision together and follow that.
Hell yeah.
Artist there
Absolutely.
as well, and support
Now-
Kyle and Emmy and Erica and everyone.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a great year. I really believe that this is going to be a positive year in the Eurovision Song Contest.
So thank you
Hell
so
yeah,
much for
hell
coming
yeah.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We have gotten an update. Last week, we read a listener write-in about the dress that got stuck in the costume center.
Do we have the dress?
Finally, Käärijä does. She
She got the dress.
got the dress. I received it next morning after the event.
Do we have a picture of it?
Yes, we have a picture
Hell
of the
yeah.
dress. Here it is.
Look how beautiful it is.
An amazing dress.
Yeah.
I feel very bad that she didn't get to wear it to her gala,
Yeah.
but it is a great dress regardless.
Very
Happy
great
that you
dress.
finally got your dress.
Hell yeah.
And we also received another write-in from Käärijä that pissed her off this week, which was, what fucking pissed me off right now are the people who are trying to cheat in the queue for boarding the ferry between, I'm assuming, Helsinki and Tallinn, or Tallinn and
Oh,
Helsinki. And then shamelessly trying to press themselves between the people that were actually standing in the queue the whole time. I
Yeah.
fucking hate it when people do that.
Queue pushers? Fuck you.
You have a special place in hell reserved for you.
Mm-hmm. Especially old queue pushers.
Stop trying to make me look bad.
That's like my whole shtick.
I
That's what I
don't
do.
actually hate old people. I was actually very irritated today when we were leaving Coop and there was this old couple that was so slow.
I noticed.
You noticed? Did you notice that they were slow or that I was annoyed?
Both. Because the thing is, you usually talk quite a bit. You were completely silent for a full 30 seconds there. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of What Pissed You Off This Week.
If you enjoyed the episode, please rate and review the show. It helps us a lot.
A lot.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at What Pissed You Off Pod and What Pissed You Off Podcast.
Hell yeah.
And now I'm gonna say bye to you.
Which one?
Young gentleman in the navy blue suit.
Huh.
And pink and green split-dyed mohawk. A bold choice. I like it.
That does look pretty sick.
And a full face Hello Kitty tattoo. I like it.
Bold choice as well. But yeah, this gentleman in the navy suit is rocking it.
He's rocking it.
Keep rocking it, my guy.
Yes. Bye!